Good morning. My name is James Hilliard, and this is Group 5 Social Justice video presentation on policing and mass incarceration. Policing and mass incarceration are two interconnected facets of the criminal justice system that has produced implications for societal well-being, equality, and justice. The pervasive issues surrounding these domains have sparked widespread debates, calls for reform, and activism aimed at addressing systemic inequalities and injustices. In this presentation, we dwell into the critical perspectives, historical context, and contemporary challenges that define policing and mass incarceration in the United States. By exploring key themes such as racial disparity, power dynamics, and community impact, we aim to unravel the complex web of issues that shape these institutions and inform efforts towards transformative change. The history of policing in America is deeply rooted in systems of control, oppression, and social stratification. Originating from slave patrols and later evolving into modern law enforcement agencies, the roles of the police in society has been marked by patterns of racial profiling, brutality, and discriminatory practices. The legacy of systemic racism continues to shape contemporary policing practices, leading to disproportionate targeting and violence against blacks, indigenous, and people of color communities. The tragic deaths of individuals like George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and countless others at the hands of law enforcement have ignited a national reckoning on police accountability reform and the need for transformative justice. Similarly, mass incarceration in the United States has reached unprecedented levels, with the nation boasting the highest incarceration rate in the world. The war on drugs, mandatory minimum sentences, and harsh sentencing policies have contributed to the exponential growth of the prison population, disproportionately impacting marginalized communities and perpetuating cycles of poverty and disenfranchisement. The racial disparities within the criminal justice systems are stark, with African Americans and Latinos being disproportionately represented in prisons and facing harder sentences compared to their white counterparts. Moreover, the privatization of prisons and the profit driven motives of the prison industrial complex has further exacerbated the mass incarceration crisis, turning incarceration into a lucrative business at the expense of human lives and dignities. The intersection of race, class, and gender in the criminal justice system illustrates how individuals from marginalized backgrounds are disproportionately caught in the web of punitive policing, unequal treatment, and structural barriers that perpetuate cycles of incarceration and recidivism. As we navigate the intricate landscape of policing and mass incarceration, it is imperative to adopt critical perspectives that challenge the status quo, question dominant narratives, and advocate for justice-centered approaches that prioritize community well-being and holistic forms of accountability. By engaging with scholarships, activisms, and lived experiences, we can deepen our understandings of the systemic issues that underpin these institutions and mobilize collective actions towards dismantling oppressive structures and fostering inclusive, equitability systems of justice. In the subsequent sections of this presentation, we will explore key themes and concepts related to policing and mass incarceration, including the impact of racial profiling, the role of restorative justice practices, the need for police accountability mechanism, and the importance of community-led initiatives and reimagining safety and justice. By interrogating the complexity, contradictions, and possibilities within these domains, we aspire to cultivate a critical consciousness that empowers us to advocate for systemic change, amplify marginalized voices, and work towards building a more just and human society for all.